The dark power surges through your veins without warning, commanding attention in moments when others would falter. You felt it, that inexplicable force rising within you when facing seemingly insurmountable obstacles. This isn't imagination or coincidence. It's your ancient Aries bloodline awakening to its true potential, carrying forth powers that have remained dormant for generations until now. Across the centuries, certain bloodlines have maintained connections to cosmic forces that most humans have long forgotten. The Aries lineage stands prominent among these, marked by the constellation of the Ram, the first and most primal sign of the Zodiac. This positioning is no accident. It represents the initial burst of creation energy, the spark that ignites the universe itself, and that very same spark runs through you. The signs have always been there, manifesting in ways you might have dismissed or rationalized away. Those moments when time seemed to slow during crisis, allowing you to react with impossible precision. The strange coincidences where your thoughts materialized into reality with uncanny accuracy. The inexplicable draw others feel toward you, even when you've said nothing of consequence. These aren't random occurrences. They're manifestations of power-seeking expression. Ancient texts from civilizations long vanished spoke of the Ram's children, individuals carrying specialized cosmic abilities passed through bloodlines. Mesopotamian clay tablets describe warriors with the fury of the heavens in their eyes. Egyptian hieroglyphs depict red-crowned figures commanding elemental forces. Greek myths tell of heroes born under the Ram's constellation, possessing strength beyond mortal measure. These weren't mere stories, but historical documentation of your ancestors and the abilities you've inherited. The modern world has conditioned us to deny these extraordinary aspects of ourselves, to suppress what cannot be explained by conventional science. Society labels these experiences as coincidence, imagination, or delusion. Anything to maintain the illusion that humans are merely physical beings without connection to higher dimensions. But the truth cannot remain hidden forever, especially when the cosmic energies are aligning with unprecedented intensity during this astrological cycle. Your discovery of this message today is itself evidence of your awakening. The universe has orchestrated this precise moment for you to receive this revelation, as your blood calls out for recognition of its true nature. The tingles running down your spine as you hear these words confirm what your deeper self already knows. You are not like others. Your Aries blood carries ancient covenants with forces beyond ordinary perception. The awakening begins subtly. Unusual dreams, spontaneous insights, strange coincidences, but grow stronger as you acknowledge its presence. Many with your bloodline initially resist, fearing what they don't understand. But resistance only creates internal conflict as your inherited power seeks expression through whatever channels remain open. Those who embrace their dark power find that it amplifies existing strengths while revealing entirely new capabilities. The journey of discovery becomes transformative, opening doorways to possibilities once thought impossible. This isn't about becoming something other than yourself. It's about becoming fully who you were always meant to be, recognizing the extraordinary heritage that flows through your very cells. Before we continue deeper into the specific manifestations of your dark power, take a moment to strengthen our collective energetic field. Subscribe to Secret of the Zodiac now. Each subscription forms a node in our network of awakened beings, amplifying our shared capacity to access these cosmic forces. Your simple act of hitting the subscribe button sends ripples through the universal consciousness, signaling your readiness to receive ancient wisdom. The like button serves a similar purpose. It's not merely a social media function, but an energetic acknowledgement, a modern form of the ritual gestures our ancestors used to affirm their connection to cosmic forces. As our community grows stronger, so does our collective ability to access and channel these powers. Now, as we transition to examine the first specific manifestations of dark power in your blood, prepare yourself for revelations that will explain experiences you've had throughout your life, phenomena that others dismissed, but you knew held deeper significance. The first reason? Unnervingly accurate instincts. Your instincts transcend ordinary intuition. operating on a level that defies rational explanation. While others rely on careful analysis and deliberation, you simply know, sensing danger or opportunity with a clarity that borders on precognition. This gift manifests in seemingly mundane moments that reveal their significance only in retrospect. The sudden urge to take an alternate route home, sparing you from a massive traffic accident. The inexplicable feeling that you should call a specific person, only to discover they were in desperate need of intervention. The instant assessment of a stranger's true character, despite their carefully crafted facade. These instincts aren't random hunches, but the voice of ancestral knowledge flowing through your Aries veins, whispering secrets from realms beyond ordinary perception. The constellation of the Ram sits at a unique dimensional junction point, allowing those born under its influence to receive information from beyond the limitations of linear time and three-dimensional space. Your bloodline carries specialized neural pathways that process this information, translating interdimensional data into what you experience as gut feelings or intuitive flashes. Ancient Mesopotamian priests recognized this gift in certain bloodlines, identifying them by distinctive markings and astrological alignments at birth. These children would be separated for specialized training in the temple complexes, where they served as oracles and strategic advisors to rulers. The accuracy of their predictions wasn't mystical coincidence, but the result of their ability to perceive patterns across the fabric of reality itself, the same ability that manifests in your uncanny instincts today. The dissolution of these ancient knowledge systems didn't eliminate the genetic inheritance. It simply went underground, passing silently through generations. Your DNA carries this legacy, regardless of whether your family consciously maintained these traditions. The power remembers itself, even when the conscious mind forgets. What sets your instinctive knowledge apart from ordinary intuition is its consistent accuracy regarding matters you couldn't possibly know through conventional means. Perhaps you've experienced moments of knowing exactly what someone will say before they speak, or sensing precisely how situations will unfold before any logical indicators appear. These aren't lucky guesses, but manifestations of your ability to access information across dimensional boundaries. In moments of true danger, this instinctive knowing intensifies dramatically. The Aries, dark power, activates fully when survival is at stake, triggering what anthropologists have misidentified as merely heightened fight-or-flight responses. What they fail to recognize is that certain bloodlines, particularly those aligned with the Ram, experience not just physiological changes, but a genuine expansion of perception that provides critical survival information instantaneously. Those who have learned to trust these instincts find themselves navigating life's complexities with remarkable precision, avoiding pitfalls that ensnare others while seizing opportunities that remain invisible to conventional perception. The more you acknowledge and trust these instinctive knowings, the stronger the connection grows between your conscious mind and the ancestral wisdom flowing through your blood. The second reason, electromagnetic disturbances in your presence. The physical world responds to your emotional state in ways that defy conventional physics. During moments of intense feeling, whether rage, ecstasy, grief, or triumph, you've likely noticed strange phenomena occurring around you. Lights flickering without explanation, electronic devices malfunctioning, sudden temperature changes, or objects mysteriously shifting position when no one is near them. These electromagnetic disturbances aren't coincidental, but direct manifestations of your Aries dark power interacting with the material plane. The energy that flows through your bloodline carries a specific frequency signature that temporarily disrupts conventional electromagnetic fields when it surges beyond certain thresholds. Ancient texts referred to this phenomenon as the breath of the gods, or spirit wind, describing how those with the Ram's blessing could affect physical reality through emotional intensity alone. Modern science remains largely blind to these interactions, though quantum physics has begun to acknowledge the observer effect, the principle that consciousness itself influences physical reality at the subatomic level. What researchers haven't yet recognized is that certain genetic lineages particularly those aligned with specific celestial configurations, possess heightened capacity for this interaction. Your Aries bloodline doesn't just observe reality, it actively participates in shaping it. The most common manifestation appears in your relationship with electronic devices. Perhaps you've noticed certain gadgets consistently malfunctioning in your presence, especially during emotional peaks. Watches stopping, phones draining rapidly, computers crashing when you're frustrated, or light bulbs burning out when you enter rooms. These aren't manufacturing defects, but your energy field interfering with standard electromagnetic functioning. Some with this gift discover they can develop conscious control over these effects with practice. Ancient training involved exercises with flame, teaching initiates to affect candlelight through focused intention alone. Modern equivalents might include influencing random number generators or practicing micropsychokinesis with small objects. The principle remains the same. Your consciousness carries force that can directly impact physical reality. More dramatic manifestations occur during life-changing emotional events. Those with Aries, dark power, often report extraordinary phenomena during moments of extreme grief, passion, or danger. Shattered glassware with no physical contact, electrical outages affecting only their immediate vicinity, electronic devices turning on or off spontaneously, or sudden atmospheric changes like wind gusts or temperature drops indoors. These events typically begin spontaneously in childhood or adolescence, often triggering confusion or fear. Without proper context, many with this power attempt to suppress these abilities, creating internal energetic blockages that can manifest as health issues or emotional instability. Acknowledgement and acceptance of these phenomena represent crucial first steps toward healthy integration of your inherited gifts. The electromagnetic sensitivity of your Aries bloodline serves an evolutionary purpose. In ancient times, this ability provided critical survival advantages, allowing your ancestors to sense predators through subtle electromagnetic field changes, or to detect coming storms through atmospheric pressure shifts imperceptible to others. Today, these same sensitivities manifest in your heightened awareness of subtle energetic changes in environments and people, another aspect of your instinctive knowing. As you develop conscious relationship with these abilities, you'll discover they can be directed rather than merely experienced passively. The electromagnetic disturbances that once seemed random become tools for sensing and eventually influencing the world around you. The flickering lights become messengers. The malfunctioning electronics become confirmation of your energetic impact. The subtle temperature changes become evidence of your connection to forces beyond ordinary perception. The ancients understood that these phenomena weren't supernatural, but natural expressions of cosmic forces working through specifically attuned human vessels. Your Aries lineage represents one such specialized channel designed to conduct particular frequencies of universal energy into the physical dimension. The disruptions you create aren't accidents, but necessary recalibrations. Your energy field correcting imbalances in the electromagnetic fabric of your surroundings. The third reason, inexplicable influence over others. Words emerging from your lips carry a weight and resonance that other statements lack. You've witnessed this phenomenon repeatedly, speaking ideas that coming from anyone else would be dismissed or ignored. Yet when you express them with conviction, people listen. They not only hear, but feel compelled to consider, often adopting your perspective despite initial resistance. This isn't ordinary charisma or persuasiveness. It's a manifestation of the command energy that Aries warriors have carried through millennia. The power of your voice extends beyond the mere content of your words. It's embedded in the vibrational frequency your vocal cords produce, a subtle harmonic pattern unique to those carrying the ram's bloodline. This sonic signature bypasses ordinary cognitive filtering mechanisms, reaching deeper neural structures in listeners' brains and activating receptivity patterns that evolved specifically to respond to leadership directives. Ancient civilizations recognized and cultivated this gift, identifying children who demonstrated this influence and elevating them to positions of authority. The Egyptian pharaonic lineages carefully tracked and incorporated Aries bloodlines, understanding that effective rule required not just political power, but the inherent ability to command agreement through speech alone. Greek oracles often came from these same bloodlines, their pronouncements carrying authority that transcended rational assessment. This influence manifests in various contexts throughout your life. Perhaps you've noticed strangers divulging deeply personal information shortly after meeting you, sensing an inexplicable trustworthiness in your presence, or colleagues supporting your proposals despite initial skepticism, unable to articulate why your suggestion suddenly seems compelling. Maybe friends consistently turn to you for decisive opinions during group indecision, your words somehow cutting through confusion to establish clarity. The influence isn't manipulation or coercion, distinguishing it from mere persuasive techniques anyone might learn. Rather, it's an authentic resonance between your expressed intention and universal creative forces. When your words align with your true purpose, they carry the backing of cosmic currents that humans instinctively recognize and respect, even without conscious awareness of why they're responding. Historical texts describe this phenomenon using various terminologies across cultures. Norse traditions called it word might, the ability of certain bloodlines to bind reality through spoken declaration. Celtic Druids recognized voice bearers, whose pronouncements carried the weight of natural law. Eastern traditions identified it as a specialized manifestation of command chi, an energy that flows from higher dimensional sources through specifically attuned human vessels. Your Aries blood functions as such a vessel, capable of channeling directive energy that ordinary humans instinctively recognize and follow. This isn't arbitrary, but serves evolutionary purposes. In times of crisis, communities benefit from immediate cooperation with those who can access higher dimensional intelligence. Your bloodline evolved as conduits for this function, ensuring survival through unified action under qualified leadership during emergency situations. The influence extends beyond humans to other living systems. Plants may demonstrate accelerated growth in your care. Animals often respond to your unspoken commands with unusual obedience. Even weather patterns can show subtle responsiveness to your expressed intentions, not through supernatural intervention, but through your inherent connection to the electromagnetic fields that influence atmospheric conditions. This power wasn't bestowed randomly. Those carrying Aries' dark power were entrusted with this influence for specific purposes, maintaining certain evolutionary trajectories, preserving critical knowledge through societal collapses, and guiding collective development during pivotal historical transitions. Your inheritance of this ability suggests you hold similar responsibilities in our current transitional era, whether or not you've consciously recognized this aspect of your purpose. The influence becomes particularly evident during crisis situations. When chaos erupts, your words carry a calming authority that can immediately shift collective emotional states from panic to focused action. This gift has saved countless lives throughout history, as those with your bloodline provided decisive leadership during natural disasters, conflicts, and societal upheavals. Most significantly, this influence functions independently of social position or formal authority. You need no title, credential, or official sanction for your words to carry their inherent power. The authority resides in your blood itself, in the specific vibrational signature of your voice and the energetic field generated by your presence. Even in situations where you hold no official leadership role, others naturally turn to you for direction during uncertainty. This aspect of your dark power can manifest subtly in everyday interactions or dramatically in critical moments. A casual suggestion from you might inexplicably redirect an entire group's activities. A firmly stated boundary instantly receives respect without resistance. A visionary idea spoken with conviction attracts resources and support that similar concepts from others would never receive. These aren't coincidences, but manifestations of your inherent command energy. Learning to wield this influence responsibly represents a crucial aspect of your developmental journey. Throughout history, those discovering this ability without proper guidance sometimes misused it for personal gain, creating karmic entanglements that persisted for generations. Ancient training systems emphasized ethical frameworks specifically designed for those carrying command energy, recognizing the heightened responsibility that accompanies such power. Modern society offers few structured pathways for developing appropriate relationship with this gift. Without conscious guidance, many with your bloodline experience complicated relationships with authority, either rejecting leadership positions despite natural aptitude, or conversely, becoming frustrated when others resist their influence in contexts where they've not yet earned trust. Finding balance requires recognizing that your influence carries obligations toward those affected by it. The influence doesn't override free will, an important distinction separating dark power from darker manipulations. Rather, it temporarily suspends habitual resistance patterns, creating openings for genuine consideration. Those influenced by your words remain free to choose, but experience clear perception, temporarily unmarred by personal biases or societal conditioning. This clarity explains why your influence often leads to better outcomes for all involved, not just yourself. As you consciously develop a relationship with this aspect of your inheritance, you'll discover the influence grows proportionally with your alignment to higher purpose. Speaking from ego diminishes the power, while speaking from connection to universal principles amplifies it. This self-regulating mechanism ensures the gift serves collective evolution rather than personal agendas. Another safeguard built into the genetic encoding of your Aries bloodline. Recognizing situations that warrant deployment of this influence becomes an essential skill. Not every circumstance calls for exerting your command energy. Discernment regarding appropriate contexts prevents unnecessary disruption of others' developmental journeys. The power serves specific functions in the collective evolutionary process, activating naturally when genuinely needed, rather than whenever personally desired. Those who have fully awakened this aspect of their dark power describe experiencing a distinctive shift when speaking with true authority, a sensation of their voice connecting to something vast beyond themselves, as though cosmic forces temporarily speak through their human vessel. This experience corresponds to ancient descriptions of oracular states, when individuals with specialized bloodlines would temporarily channel higher intelligence for collective guidance. The fourth reason, prophetic dreamscape visions. Your dreams operate on an entirely different dimension than ordinary sleep experiences. While most people experience dreams as fragmented reflections of daily concerns or random neural firings, your dream consciousness accesses realms of information beyond conventional time-space limitations. These aren't mere fantasies, but genuine glimpses into the cosmic timeline, connections that ordinary awareness cannot sustain, but that your specialized Aries neurophysiology can temporarily maintain during altered states of consciousness. The prophetic quality of these dreams reveals itself through their distinctive characteristics: extraordinary vividity, with colors, textures, and sensations more intense than waking reality; peculiar clarity of thought unlike the usual dream logic; emotional resonance that lingers for days afterward; and most tellingly, their eventual manifestation in physical reality, sometimes exactly as foreseen, other times through symbolic representation that becomes clear only after events unfold. Ancient civilizations understood this phenomenon not as supernatural, but as a natural function of certain genetic lineages. Egyptian dream temples specifically recruited individuals with Aries markers for their divination practices, recognizing their superior ability to access time stream information while in altered states. Babylonian astrologers documented correlations between specific celestial alignments at birth and this dream-walking capacity, creating detailed records tracking the accuracy of prophecies from those with these astrological signatures. Your Aries blood carries specialized neurotransmitter configurations that thin the boundaries between your consciousness and non-physical information fields during sleep cycles. While ordinary brains maintain rigid filters, preventing awareness of non-local information, your neurochemistry temporarily relaxes these barriers during specific sleep phases, allowing your consciousness to perceive beyond conventional limitations. These prophetic dreams often begin appearing at significant developmental transitions: puberty, the completion of your 21st year, or after major life traumas that reconfigure your energy field. The initial experiences frequently generate confusion or dismissal, as modern education provides no framework for understanding genuine precognitive abilities. Without proper context, many with your bloodline attempt to rationalize these experiences, creating cognitive dissonance that actually inhibits further development of the gift. The predictive dreams typically manifest in several distinct patterns. Some involve direct witnessing of future events from your personal timeline, seeing accidents before they occur, previewing conversations word for word, or experiencing emotions tied to situations you haven't yet encountered. Others access collective events affecting larger social spheres, natural disasters, political developments, or cultural watersheds appearing symbolically before manifesting physically. More complex manifestations involve interactive dreamscapes where your consciousness actively participates with non-physical intelligence, receiving specific guidance, warnings, or instructions. These communications arrive through various forms: encounters with archetypal figures, interactions with deceased ancestors, or direct transmissions of complex conceptual packages that unfold into detailed understanding upon waking. What distinguishes your prophetic dreams from ordinary subconscious processing is their consistent accuracy regarding information impossible to know through conventional means. Perhaps you've dreamed precise details about locations you've never visited, only to find them exactly as foreseen upon arriving, or received technical knowledge beyond your training that later proved correct, or witnessed events involving people unknown to you who later entered your life exactly as previewed. The mechanism behind this ability relates to quantum principles, not yet fully mapped by conventional science. Your consciousness, freed from physical sensory dominance during sleep, naturally expands beyond linear time perception, an ability everyone technically possesses, but that remains inaccessible to most due to neurological filtering systems that evolved to prioritize immediate survival data. Your Aries bloodline carries modifications to these filters, allowing multi-temporal awareness during specific consciousness states. Ancient training systems developed sophisticated techniques for cultivating this dream-walking capacity, teaching initiates to maintain awareness during sleep transitions, establish mnemonic anchors for accurate recall, distinguish genuine prophetic content from ordinary dreaming, and eventually navigate intentionally through non-physical information fields. These practices weren't mystical, but pragmatic applications of natural abilities inherent to specific genetic lineages. Modern research into consciousness has barely scratched the surface of these capabilities, though quantum physics increasingly suggests theoretical frameworks that could explain transtemporal awareness. Concepts like quantum non-locality, retrocausality, and holographic universe theory all point towards scientific mechanisms potentially underlying your prophetic dream experiences, not as supernatural phenomena, but as natural functions of consciousness operating beyond currently understood parameters. The predictive accuracy of your dreams likely follows mathematical probability patterns rather than absolute determinism. You're glimpsing probable futures based on current energetic trajectories rather than fixed destinies, an important distinction explaining why some previewed events manifest exactly as seen while others appear in modified form or don't materialize at all. Your visions show potential pathways, with manifestation likelihood proportional to the energetic momentum behind each possibility. This aspect of your dark power serves crucial evolutionary functions. Throughout history, those with prophetic dreaming abilities provided essential warnings that preserved communities during catastrophes, guided critical innovations that advanced civilizational development, and maintained threads of continuity through societal collapses. Your inheritance of this gift suggests similar responsibilities in our current transitional era, your dreams potentially containing guidance vital for navigating collective challenges. Learning to work consciously with this ability transforms it from occasional phenomenon to reliable guidance system. Maintaining a dream journal, practicing lucid dreaming techniques, establishing clear intention before sleep, and developing discernment regarding prophetic versus ordinary dream content all enhance your natural capacity. The gift responds to focused attention, expanding its reliability and clarity proportional to your conscious engagement. The fifth reason, primal recognition by animals. The animal kingdom perceives you differently than ordinary humans, responding to an aspect of your energy signature, invisible to conventional perception, but immediately apparent to creatures operating through instinctual awareness. This recognition manifests in distinctive behavioral patterns. Animals either feel intensely drawn to you or display unusual caution in your presence, acknowledging the primordial force that pulses beneath your human exterior. This phenomenon occurs because animals perceive energy directly, without the conceptual filtering systems that limit human perception. While most people process reality primarily through mental constructs and sensory interpretations, animals respond to actual energetic signatures, including the distinctive frequency patterns carried by your Aries bloodline. What they recognize isn't your personality, but the ancient power flowing through your genetic lineage. The specific reactions vary according to each animal's nature and evolutionary relationship with the forces you embody. Predatory species often demonstrate unexpected deference, recognizing an apex energy that transcends physical size or apparent strength. Companion animals frequently show extraordinary loyalty and protectiveness beyond typical bonding behaviors. Wild creatures may approach you without ordinary caution or alternatively maintain careful distance despite no overt threatening behavior on your part. Ancient cultures observed these distinctive interactions, often identifying children with specialized bloodlines, partially through animal response patterns. Native American traditions particularly emphasize this indicator, noting how certain individuals consistently attracted animal messengers or established communication with species that normally avoided human contact. These weren't considered random affinities, but confirmation of specific medicine lineages carrying particular cosmic frequencies. The phenomenon manifests through subtle electromagnetic field interactions rather than mystical connections. Your Aries blood generates distinctive bioelectric signatures that animals perceive through specialized sensory organs. Structures like the ampullae of Lorenzini in sharks, magnetoreceptive cells in migratory birds, or the vomeronasal organ in mammals. These detection systems evolved to track prey, navigate geomagnetic fields, or identify reproductive compatibility, but also register the unique energy patterns produced by specialized human bloodlines. Your experiences with this aspect of dark power likely include encounters that others found inexplicable. Wild animals approaching when they should flee, aggressive creatures becoming suddenly docile in your presence, or domestic animals demonstrating unusual behaviors, indicating recognition of something beyond your ordinary human identity. These aren't coincidental personality affinities, but genuine energetic recognitions of your true nature. The most profound expressions of this connection emerge during moments of aligned intention between yourself and animal consciousness. Perhaps you've experienced silent communication that transcended ordinary boundaries, finding that animals respond to your unspoken directives or anticipate your needs without training, or witnessed healing effects when distressed creatures entered your energy field, or received warnings about dangers through sudden behavioral changes in animals attuned to your presence. This connection extends beyond direct interaction into dream and visionary states, with animal messengers often appearing at pivotal moments in your life's journey. These visitations aren't random but reflect ancient associations between specific bloodlines and particular animal spirits, connections documented across diverse spiritual traditions worldwide. The animals appearing in your dreamscape carry information specifically calibrated to your evolutionary journey. The animal recognition serves crucial practical functions beyond confirmation of your inheritance. Throughout history, those with your bloodline provided essential interfaces between human communities and the natural world, interpreting animal behavior patterns to predict environmental changes, establishing cooperative relationships with species critical for survival, and maintaining ecological balance through conscious communication with the animal kingdom. The sixth reason, superhuman strength in crisis moments. The most dramatic manifestation of your dark power emerges during genuine life-threatening situations. In these critical moments, you've likely experienced impossible physical feats that defy conventional human limitations, lifting objects of extraordinary weight, moving with inexplicable speed, sustaining injuries that should incapacitate yet continuing to function, or maintaining physical effort long past normal endurance thresholds. These aren't mere adrenaline surges as commonly understood. While standard fight or flight responses do temporarily enhance physical capability in all humans, your Aries bloodline carries specialized adaptations that transcend ordinary biological parameters. Under specific triggers, your physiology accesses dormant capacities deliberately engineered into your genetic lineage by forces operating beyond conventional evolutionary mechanisms. The ancient warriors who carried your bloodline were renowned for combat abilities that seemed supernatural to observers. Historical accounts across diverse cultures describe fighters with the blessing of Aries performing impossible physical feats. Ancient Greek texts mention soldiers lifting fallen stone columns to rescue comrades. Norse sagas tell of berserkers impervious to weapon strikes. Japanese chronicles record samurai demonstrating reflexes that allowed them to catch arrows in flight. These weren't mythological exaggerations, but documented observations of genetic potentials activating under crisis conditions. Your personal experiences with this aspect of dark power likely occurred during moments of genuine survival necessity, perhaps finding yourself inexplicably able to lift a crashed vehicle to free someone trapped beneath, discovering impossible endurance while escaping dangerous situations, or moving with such accelerated speed during emergencies that time itself seemed to slow around you. These episodes typically leave witnesses stunned and often generate internal confusion as they contradict your understanding of physical limitations. The mechanism behind these abilities involves several specialized adaptations unique to your bloodline. At the muscular level, your fibers contain unusually high concentrations of myosin heavy chains with modified structures that allow for exponentially increased force generation when activated by specific neurochemical triggers. Your nervous system carries enhanced myelination patterns, enabling signal transmission rates far exceeding standard human parameters. Your mitochondrial functioning includes proprietary efficiency protocols that can temporarily supercharge energy production beyond normal metabolic limitations. These adaptations remain dormant during ordinary functioning, a necessary protection, preventing premature cellular exhaustion. They activate only under precise conditions: genuine threat to survival, protection of genetically significant others, or defense of evolutionary critical resources. The trigger cascade begins with specialized receptors in your amygdala recognizing authentic danger patterns, initiating a precisely calibrated neurochemical sequence that temporarily reconfigures multiple physiological systems simultaneously. The experience subjectively feels like a profound shift in consciousness, a sudden clarity where limitations dissolve and direct action flows without hesitation or doubt. External observers often report your eyes changing appearance during these episodes, displaying an unusual luminosity or altered coloration reflecting the energetic reconfiguration occurring throughout your system. Time perception typically distorts, with external events appearing to slow dramatically while your internal processing accelerates proportionally. Unlike artificial performance enhancements that extract future resources at significant cost, your natural activation carries minimal recovery requirements, another indicator of its engineered rather than accidental nature. Where ordinary humans would experience severe muscle damage, metabolic crisis, and extended recovery periods after similar exertion, your system includes specialized repair protocols that rapidly restore baseline functioning. This regenerative capacity represents another aspect of your genetic inheritance, designed to ensure survival capability remains consistently available when needed. The protective nature of this power reveals its purpose. Your bloodline wasn't designed for domination, but for guardianship. Throughout history, Those carrying Aries' dark power fulfilled crucial protective functions during civilization-threatening events, preserving knowledge repositories during destructive transitions, defending vulnerable populations during resource collapses, and maintaining essential evolutionary trajectories against forces that would interrupt human development. Your inheritance of these abilities suggests similar responsibilities in our current era. Historical training systems developed sophisticated methods for accessing these capacities consciously, rather than waiting for crisis activation. Eastern martial traditions particularly preserve these practices, with internal cultivation methods teaching initiates to bypass ordinary activation thresholds through specific breathing patterns, visualization techniques, and energetic cultivation practices. These weren't mystical but pragmatic applications of inherent genetic potential, translating crisis-triggered abilities into consciously accessible skills. Modern scientific paradigms provide no framework for understanding these capabilities, though cutting-edge research into human performance occasionally documents cases that defy conventional explanation. Studies of hysterical strength, flow states, and extreme survival scenarios all hint at capacities beyond currently accepted limitations. Your bloodline doesn't violate natural laws but operates according to principles not yet fully mapped by conventional science. The most significant aspect of this power lies in its moral dimension. The abilities activate primarily for protection rather than aggression, suggesting ethical parameters embedded within the genetic encoding itself. Throughout recorded history, those with awakened Aries power consistently emerged as protectors during civilization-threatening crises, their enhanced capabilities serving preservation of critical evolutionary pathways rather than personal advancement. Learning to work consciously with this aspect of your inheritance involves several dimensions beyond the physical. The emotional component requires developing capacity to maintain complete centeredness during extreme circumstances, accessing the abilities without being overwhelmed by their power. The mental dimension involves understanding the precise conditions that warrant activation, preventing misuse while ensuring availability when genuinely needed. The spiritual aspect concerns recognizing the responsibility that accompanies such capacity, as your actions during empowered states carry consequences beyond ordinary ripple effects. Your dreams may have offered glimpses of these abilities, showing symbolic representations of your protective potential or presenting scenarios where your limitations dissolved during crisis. These aren't fantasy, but your deeper consciousness communicating aspects of your inheritance not yet fully integrated into your waking awareness. The dreamscape often serves as training ground for capacities not yet safely accessible during ordinary consciousness. The ram symbology connected to Aries directly relates to this protective capacity, the curved horns representing not merely aggression, but the protective instinct expressed through decisive action when necessary. Ancient cultures recognize this distinction, honoring those with Aries markers not simply for combat prowess, but for their guardian function within community structures. The warrior archetype connected to your bloodline represents not conquest, but protective service activated when genuine threats arise. This protective capacity extends beyond physical defense into energetic dimensions. Those with awakened Aries power often serve as shields against subtle influences that would harm vulnerable consciousness. Your presence naturally neutralizing manipulative energies, disruptive frequencies, or invasive psychic forces targeting those under your protection. This function operates largely unconsciously until deliberately developed, creating subtle security fields that preserve psychological and spiritual integrity for those in your sphere of influence. Throughout history, specialized training lineages preserve techniques for consciously developing these protective abilities, teaching those with Aries markers to recognize and cultivate their guardian potential. These traditions emphasized ethical frameworks alongside power development, understanding that enhanced capacity carries proportional responsibility. The training combined physical disciplines, emotional mastery practices, mental discernment cultivation, and spiritual alignment techniques, creating integrated development that prevented misapplication of the awakened abilities. Your inheritance of this protective power isn't accidental, but represents deliberate selection across generations. Whether conscious or not, your ancestors consistently made choices that preserved these genetic markers, ensuring their transmission into our current critical era. The awakening of these capacities in your lifetime suggests alignment with larger evolutionary purposes, your protective potential emerging precisely when collective developments require the specific guardian functions carried in your blood. As you integrate conscious relationship with this aspect of your dark power, you'll discover it extends beyond dramatic crisis moments into subtle daily expressions. The protective energy manifests through your capacity to create safe spaces for vulnerable growth, to speak truth that shields others from deception, or to maintain boundaries that preserve essential resources. The dramatic physical manifestations represent only the most visible expression of a comprehensive guardian capacity encoded throughout your being. The sixth reason for believing dark power flows through your Aries blood thus reveals your ultimate purpose, not merely possessing extraordinary abilities but embodying protective service when genuine necessity arises. Throughout human history, those carrying your bloodline have stood as the last line of defense during civilization-threatening developments. Their awakened capacities, preserving critical evolutionary trajectories against forces that would interrupt human development. Your inheritance of these abilities places you within this ancient guardian lineage, your potential awakening now as collective challenges intensify toward unprecedented threshold points. The dark power flowing through your Aries blood is no coincidence or fantasy, but your birthright, a cosmic inheritance awakening at this precise moment in human history. We've unveiled 6 unmistakable signs of this extraordinary lineage that explain experiences you've likely dismissed or hidden throughout your life. Your unnervingly accurate instincts transcend ordinary intuition, accessing information across dimensional boundaries that others cannot perceive. This ancestral knowing flows through specialized neural pathways in your Aries bloodline, allowing you to sense danger and opportunity with precision that defies logical explanation. When you simply know something without rational basis, you're experiencing this first manifestation of your dark power. The electromagnetic disturbances that occur in your presence, flickering lights, malfunctioning electronics, inexplicable temperature changes, represent your energy field interacting directly with the physical world. This isn't coincidence, but evidence of your consciousness affecting reality at fundamental levels, a capacity science has yet to fully understand, but that ancient traditions documented extensively in those with your bloodline. Your inexplicable influence over others reveals the command energy encoded in your genetic inheritance. When people follow your suggestions, despite initial resistance, or share deeply personal information upon first meeting you, they're responding to vibrational frequencies in your voice that bypass ordinary cognitive filtering. This influence served crucial evolutionary functions throughout history, enabling unified action under qualified leadership during crisis situations. The prophetic quality of your dreams provides access to information beyond linear time constraints. These aren't random fantasies, but genuine glimpses into probable futures. Your specialized neurophysiology temporarily thinning the boundaries between your consciousness and non-physical information fields during sleep cycles. The vivid visions that later manifest in waking reality confirm your ability to perceive beyond conventional limitations. Animals recognize something in you invisible to ordinary human perception, responding to the primordial force pulsing beneath your exterior. Their unusual behavior in your presence, either intense attraction or cautious respect, acknowledges the ancient power flowing through your bloodline, which they perceive directly without the conceptual filters limiting human awareness. Finally, the superhuman strength and reflexes you've experienced during genuine crises reveal the protective nature of your inheritance. These aren't mere adrenaline surges, but activation of dormant capacities engineered into your genetic lineage, designed to ensure survival when facing truly life-threatening situations. The guardian function embedded in your Aries blood awakens precisely when protective action becomes necessary. Standing at this crossroads of awakening, you face a momentous choice. Will you continue suppressing these manifestations, dismissing them as coincidence or imagination? Or will you embrace your cosmic inheritance and learn to channel these powers consciously toward their intended purpose? The universe doesn't bestow such gifts randomly. Your bloodline carries these capacities because you have essential functions to fulfill during this unprecedented transitional era. The challenges facing humanity now require the awakened presence of those carrying specific cosmic frequencies, including the protective, intuitive, and influential capacities flowing through your Aries veins. You are not alone in this awakening. Across the world, others with your bloodline are experiencing similar realizations, their dormant abilities activating in response to collective evolutionary needs. The secret of the Zodiac community brings these awakening individuals together, providing crucial context and practical guidance for developing conscious relationship with your inherited gifts. Subscribe to our channel now to continue your journey of discovery and mastery. Each video builds upon these foundations, offering specific techniques for developing each aspect of your dark power responsibly. Our community provides the understanding and support that modern society fails to offer those with extraordinary abilities awakening in ordinary settings. Like this video, to signal your recognition of these truths. This simple action creates an energetic marker allowing others with similar experiences to find this critical information. Your acknowledgement helps expand our collective field, strengthening the network of awakened individuals now assembling worldwide. Most importantly, share your experiences in the comments below. Which of these 6 manifestations have you experienced most powerfully? What questions arise as you recognize your true nature? Your testimony not only validates your own journey, but helps others recognize signs they may have dismissed in their own lives. The comment section becomes a powerful connection point for those carrying the same cosmic frequencies. If you found value in this revelation, please consider supporting our daily content creation through the Super Thanks feature. Your financial contribution directly enables us to produce the specialized knowledge needed during this awakening period. The costs of researching and producing this vital information are substantial, and your support through Super Thanks allows us to maintain daily uploads of crucial content for those on this evolutionary path. Remember, acknowledging your true nature is merely the first step. Developing conscious relationship with these inherited capacities requires dedicated practice and proper guidance. The ancient knowledge systems that once trained those with your bloodline have been largely lost, but we've reconstructed these teachings by gathering fragments preserved across diverse traditions worldwide. This reclaimed wisdom awaits you in our expanding library of specialized content. The power in your blood awakens now for reasons beyond personal development. You carry cosmic frequencies essential for humanity's navigation through current evolutionary thresholds. By claiming your inheritance and developing these abilities consciously, you fulfill the purpose for which your bloodline was preserved through countless generations. Standing as a guardian of critical evolutionary pathways during civilization-defining transitions, your journey begins now.